Now, yesterday, the ODM party announced to Kenya that they are officially resigning from NASA coalition. And this was after they have had the National Executive Council meeting with their party leader, Raila Odinga, where they made that decision. So ODM is the third party to make that decision after the ANC party and the Wiper Party did the same. Now, ODM had announced to Kenya that NASA was dead and that was the past. But Kenyans are asking themselves that if ODM had already said that NASA is dead, why were they trying to kill a dead frog? Because NASA was not existing according to ODM party. And after ODM making that decision, the Gatundu Member of Parliament, Moses Kuria, was among the first individuals to welcome that decision. And according to Kuria, ditching NASA was the best decision for Raila Odinga. He said that these other NASA principles were not helping Raila Odinga all the way from 2017. And he has his own reasoning. You can read that on his Facebook page. So I want us to use this opportunity to understand why ODM did not make the first decision to resign from NASA. Why were they not the first people to leave NASA officially? In as much they were claiming that NASA is dead. But before we go deep into that, you might be watching me for the first time and you have not yet subscribed to this channel. My humble request is please consider to subscribe so that you help us to grow this platform. And to all the returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Now let us get back to our discussion. Now, in my own view, ODM did not want to leave NASA coalition or to let NASA exist simply because they wanted to totally kill NASA before leaving that coalition. That's why ODM was dragging to make an official decision to resign from NASA coalition. They did not want these other individuals who will be left behind, let's assume Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Masika Wetangula, and the team, to resuscitate NASA coalition. For them, they wanted to kill all the NASA network that they had made from 2017. If you remember how they were campaigning throughout the entire country, in case they were going to leave NASA coalition, I think these other core principles could have used that opportunity to resuscitate NASA by reactivating the network that they were using in 2017. So ODM did not want these other principles to gain anything from all those networks. That's why they were waiting for the right time to come, so that when they resign, no one could come behind to resuscitate NASA coalition. Because according to the law, on the agreement was that once the three parties will exit from NASA, then NASA will officially die. So ANC was the first, followed by Wiper. That's why ODM was not waiting for the Kenya to resign. They simply resigned as the third party, being sure that NASA coalition definitely will not exist. Now, the second reason is that ODM definitely want to go into a new coalition with the President Uhuru Kenyatta's party, Jubilee Party. And for ODM to make that decision, then they have to resign from NASA coalition, because you cannot be in two coalition according to the Register of Political Party rules. So they have to resign, then they can join the other coalition. So from now, we are anticipating to see ODM going into a serious talk with Jubilee Party as they go forward to form or forge a new coalition. Whether it will be for the two individuals or they will bring in other people, time is going to tell. But that is one of the decisions that is pushing ODM party to resign from NASA coalition. Now, my third point is that Raila Odinga is set to replace William Samoei Ruto as a deputy president to President Uhuru Kenyatta, just in case William Ruto resigned from President Uhuru Kenyatta's government. There is that possibility that Uhuru Kenyatta would want to work with Raila Odinga, and the best way to do it is to appoint Raila Odinga just in case William Ruto will resign from the government. Remember, 2022 is coming, and Ruto is set to be on ballot. Ruto is not reading from the same page with his boss, President Uhuru Kenyatta. For that reason, there is a possibility that when we are nearing the election, William Ruto might resign from the Jubilee government. And there is high chance that President Uhuru Kenyatta can consider to have Raila Amolo Odinga as his advisor to help him to finish the remaining term. So for that reason to be implemented, then Raila Odinga and his ODM party must leave NASA coalition so that they can either go into a post-election coalition with Jubilee Party. Then in that manner they can serve in the same government. So that is another possibility that is making ODM party to resign from NASA coalition. Now, if you remember, after handshake and the ODM claiming that NASA is dead, the ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi was pushing ODM party to cross the floor after the handshake to Jubilee side to allow the ANC party to take over officially the opposition side. If you remember that. And the ODM did not make that decision in as much that they had gone in handshake with Jubilee, simply because also ODM wanted to safeguard the position that they were enjoying from when they are serving in opposition in a minority side. Remember, they were still holding through more of these lucrative positions once they are serving in minority. All those positions that come with that side. So ODM, yes, were failing to join the Jubilee government, but they could not do that simply because they were also going to lose a number of good positions that they were serving in, which also come in with the resources. So that's why they could not, in as much, accept the decision that Mudavadi was pushing them to go and cross the floor. So that was one of the reasons. Because also crossing the floor was simply going to give a chance to ANC party to shine in that manner. Remember, ODM Wiper Party had gone into a post-election agreement with the Jubilee Party. For the ODM also was following the suit. So the remaining side was ANC Party with Ford Kenya Party. So if ODM could have made that mistake of crossing the floor, then that could have given a chance to ANC Party and Ford Kenya Party to shine in the minority side. Something that ODM would not want ANC to take credit from. And another decision why ODM is resigning from NASA coalition is simple. ODM was not ready to honor the NASA memorandum of agreement, where they agreed together that ODM will not field a candidate in the next general election, that is 2022. So in that manner, it means ODM was going to support one of these other NASA principles rather than fielding a candidate. So that is on paper. So in as much NASA coalition was going to exist, that memorandum was going to stay, and in that manner ODM was going to be pushed or forced to support either Musalia Mudavadi or Kalonzo Musyoka in 2022. So because of that decision, ODM, having ambition to have a presidential candidate on ballot, they had to resign from NASA coalition so that that memorandum will not have a chance to block their presidential candidate in that line. So that's why ODM is making a decision to get out of NASA coalition. And another issue is that ODM party is now believing that President Uhuru Kenyatta finally is set to support the ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga presidency. ODM is convinced that President Uhuru Kenyatta will definitely endorse Raila Amolo Odinga. And because of that, that's why ODM party is taking a decision to resign from NASA coalition, such that in case President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to endorse Raila Amolo Odinga, then they will have an easy way to sell Raila Amolo Odinga out there. Because in as much NASA will exist, even if President Uhuru Kenyatta endorse Raila Amolo Odinga, then there is another stumbling block where ODM has to support these other NASA principles. So believing that President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to endorse Raila, ODM has to resign so that they get a chance to have Raila Amolo Odinga on ballot. Whether that will stand or it will change, time is going to tell. But that is one of the decisions that is informing ODM to do this, because ODM believe that if President Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to endorse Raila Amolo Odinga, then there is no reason why Raila will waste his time going all the way to the ballot. But in as much they are assured that President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to endorse Raila, then they are assured that definitely Raila Amolo Odinga might become the next president of the Republic of Kenya. So that is one of the reasons why ODM has to take the decision that they have done now. Now, in as much these three parties have come in public to say that they have finally made a decision to resign from NASA coalition, none of this party have officially write that letter to the registrar of political party to seek that decision being implemented. So three of them have pronounced themselves, but they have not yet done it officially by putting it on paper. So that's the only thing we are waiting to see. Like that, to understand who will be the first person to do it. In as much, yes, they have made the decision, but implementing it is something that they have not yet done. So going forward, we understand that definitely NASA is going to die after these guys have made that decision. But one thing that is standing out is that in as much NASA is dead, we might see these individuals going into another coalition, and it should not surprise you if you see Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi working together in a new coalition. There is that possibility that these individuals can come together to form another coalition which might support one of them, probably Raila Odinga, or any of them in whichever way they will agree to work. So that possibility is still there. They might work together. Again, another possibility is that they might separate going to the ballot, where some individuals might believe that they can run on their own to force a rerun. And then after that, they can negotiate in the next government. And a person who is much serious on that might be the ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi. There is high possibility Mudavadi might go all the way up to the ballot. Kalonzo might negotiate with Raila Odinga or stick with the One Kenya alliance. But one individual who I'm sure that he might go all the way to the ballot is the ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi. Whether it might serve his interest or not, time will tell. But many people believe that if Musalia Mudavadi will be on ballot, then that will give a momentum to the ANC party ahead of 2027 general election if they will not win in 2022 general election. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. Tell me in the comment section what do you think? What was the reason why ODM party had to officially resign from NASA and announce to Kenyans? May good God bless you and see you in our next video.